Hi, welcome to the Enginehire dashboard. Here, I'm going to give you a high-level overview on how to use the system. So, here we are, logged in. By default, you will notice we're under the Clients tab. Up top, we will show you the main navigation here. We have our Clients tab. This will be your current clients and your future clients. Moving over, we have a Caregivers tab. This is for your incoming applicants and your current team. This is how we will navigate and sort through each status in each applicant or team member. We can also rename the Client and Caregiver tab. I'll show you how to do that. Moving over, we have an Events tab. This is if you host events. If you have events where you have multiple children and you need to assign them to one caregiver, go ahead, create an event, and then create your event attendee registration form. Moving over to our shift job calendar, in our world, the shift job calendar is more so your on call jobs. These positions are for your internal team to clock in, clock out of, or just have record of the job that they're assigned to. But moving over to the placement jobs tab, this is a little bit different. So your placement jobs are actually those positions that you need to track and find the best caregiver for this family. Candidates can apply from your internal team, or we can put them on a job board on your website. You can promote these jobs on Indeed, care.com, other places where you can attract multiple applicants to find the best fit for the family. So, really, once we all get these settings set up, you will live in these first 5 tabs. You'll navigate your clients, your caregivers, and then you have your 3 jobs. You have your event jobs, your shift job calendar, and of course, your placement jobs. If you need to change the text of any of these buttons, at the far right here, you're going to notice this gear icon. Go ahead, click on that gear icon. And now you can change the label and customize the dashboard. If you don't call shift jobs, you may call them on call positions or babysitting. You can go ahead and update that. Back to the main dashboard. On the right side of our navigation, these are all of our settings. Here we have your template. We have the option to input your email templates. This means we can have any email already pre-drafted so you're not having to type it out every time. We also offer SMS or text messaging. You can have text templates as well. Scrolling down, we have document templates. This is Enginehire's version of DocuSign. Now you can host all of your agreements, your contracts for your clients, caregivers, for your events, and you can host them right here in Enginehire. Of course, we have push notifications as well. If you're using our mobile app, you can also have pre-drafted push notifications for your phone. Moving over to our settings. We have a lot of settings, which is wonderful, and that's what makes Enginehire stand out. However, you can click in here to the agency settings and you can poke around. We have on the right side a search bar. However, if you need help with any of this, we do have a Learning Center up at the top here. There's this button, Learning Center. This has a ton of our articles and videos if you're having trouble navigating our settings. Moving over to our Builders tab. The Builders tab is where we build your applications, where we build profiles. We even have the option to build evaluations. This is if you want to test your caregivers on how knowledgeable they are. We have new features like a class builder. Maybe you host classes for your team or for your families. We have rental equipment builder options. And we just launched the gift card builder. Now you can have gift cards on your website for people to buy. Moving over to logs. Here we have all of our logs, so you can track anything in Enginehire, your communication. We also have a user chat log, meaning your users, clients, candidates can chat in Enginehire back and forth, but you as an admin get to see all of that information. You can track things like statuses, any activities, applications coming through, and of course, payments. Last but not least, here we have our Others tab. In our Others tab, there's a bunch of items here. The most important thing here, well, there's a bunch of important things, but we have a resource manager. This resource manager allows you to add resources to a client or a caregiver's page and have it available at all times. We also have an email and SMS blaster. This is our version of a MailChimp. Scrolling down, we have a personal to-do calendar. This is if you need to add things to your personal calendar to keep track of. And the best feature here is our trash bin. If you accidentally delete a document, you accidentally delete an application, come into your trash bin, and most likely you can save that data. In a nutshell, these are our main navigation buttons. Now, I want to show you inside of the buttons here. Here we have the Builders tab. This is where we can find our applications. So Application and Profile Builder, if we click on this button, now we can find our applications. What you'll want to do is scroll down until you find the section with the little blue square and the arrow. This lets us know that is the application. Now here we have a bunch of applications. We have a senior care request, a client registration form. So if you go ahead and click on one of these buttons, this actually takes you to your main application. From here, you can actually edit the application itself on this page. We have a bunch of video tutorials on this. Then going back, we have our Caregivers tab. In our Caregivers tab, this is where we'll sort and find our new applicants and our current team. If we scroll here, you will notice all of these in red lets us know these caregivers have applied, but they're not quite through our system. However, you can notice Nemo here is hired. That lets us know that Nemo is already on the team. So we'll take this Bridget Mars here. Bridget Mars has applied. We could tell she's a brand new applicant one of a few ways. A, the status is marked applied. B, this applicant is in red and bolded. Let's go ahead and click into Bridget Mars' account. Once we're in Bridget's account, this is everything to do with Bridget. There's another set of navigations at the top, but right now we're on the admin tab. That's just for you. Here we have the type of candidate that they are. This will be pre-selected based on the application. If you need to change the types, all you need to do is click the gear icon and you can edit and move these items around. We have a checklist. There's many things to do within the hiring process. So click on that gear icon and change your process in your checklist. Of course, we have locations and we have tags. Tags I like to think of as your preferences, your preference from your clients and your preferences for your caregivers. So when a client comes to you and they say, hey, I need a nanny who's vaccinated, comfortable with dogs, swims, and drives, you're going to be able to pull all of your caregivers who fit those tags. So tags are very important to help us in the matching process. Moving over, we have languages. And then we have badges. Badges are something that you would create, but what they are is it's a quick snapshot or an icon on the actual profile. So when we're sending out these profiles and we want to show off a badge, the clients can quickly have a visual representation of who this candidate is. You can have fun with these, or you can be very literal. CPR first aid certified with that logo, lifeguard, COVID vaccinated. And I'll show you what that looks like on the profile. On this page, we also have our statuses. So our statuses here, this is what moves your candidates through the process. This is your workflow, your life cycle. When applicants come in, they're marked as applied. They already receive an automatic email saying, thanks for applying. We'll be in touch with you soon. Then what we want you to do, of course, is check out their profile and their application. Make sure they're a good fit for you. Then we move them through the process. Typically, after they apply, we move them to application approved. Once we click update status, you will realize in our world, everything populates before being sent. This allows you to add special fluff if you need to. But in this email, basically, it's thanking them for their interest and it's asking for interview time that they can schedule. Once we ask them for an interview, hopefully they'll go to your calendar and book a time. During that time, what you will do is navigate over to your interview tab. Here we have a full split screen. So we have your full profile on the left, and then we have questions and templated answers on the right here. So you can have your template already set up and read the prompt, type out the answers. Candidates do not see this. Then we'll head over back to the admin tab after our interview. Once we've interviewed with this applicant, then we will move to phone screen complete and update their status. On this one, there's no email. However, if you would like to add an email, all you do is click this button here. The goal is to move these candidates through the process all the way until hired. If you want to change this process, go ahead and click on this gear icon and you can move these around. You can add more to your process, and of course, we can link emails with them. Here we have a profile view. So in this profile view, this is what you will view to see the application, to view what your candidates will see, and eventually we'll send off a short little profile view to your clients. Here are our badges. This is exactly what they will see on their end, so clients can have that visual representation of who this candidate is. Of course, we have our contact information. This obviously needs to be completely filled out. Of course, we have professional information, references, bio, work history. These are all sections. These are sections that can be completed on the application, or these are sections that can be completed once they're invited into their profile. Here we have documents. These are documents for them to upload. The documents in red are required. The documents not highlighted are optional. Documents can also have an expiration date attached to them, notifying you and the applicant that their documents will be expiring soon. But don't worry, you don't have to think of every document that your candidate can potentially hold. Here we have the option to upload an additional document. They can add a download or add a URL file. Here we have admin-only documents. This is also where you'll host your documents. If we need to put anything on file that should never be seen by a client or a candidate, add them to the admin-only documents. Last thing on this page is the background check. We have partnered with Nanny Parent Connection. All you do is click Order Background Check. Then all of the information gets sent over to the background check company, and then they send Bridget or the applicant a form to fill out. You can click on this button. It's not going to charge you anything, but that way you can see the different tiers that they offer in the packages. So in a nutshell, this is the profile, and we want this to be custom to you. Moving over to the top here, we have a communication log. This tracks any email or text message sent out from our system. With the email, it tracks if it was delivered, if it bounced, or if it opened. That way you can track if they're opening your emails. But moving over to the records tab, this is a little bit more in depth. We have the option to track pretty much everything in the system. We have the ability to track all the assigned clients that this candidate has worked with. We can track all of the job applications. Once your candidate starts working with families, families have the option to privately review these nannies. This has a 5-star review, and this has a little note underneath so you can track that data. Here we have the status change. Anytime you've moved them through the system, you'll be able to see those details. And of course, activity log, any documents they've put forth, things like that. You're going to be able to track any movement within the system. So in a nutshell, that is the caregiver side of the dashboard. The client side is very similar, so feel free to navigate that. Now here's a few tidbits before I leave you. We do have a learning center. This has a ton of videos and articles that you can read and research to help you learn more tools in the system. However, if you're spending more than a few minutes trying to figure something out, all you need to do is click Please Start a Conversation. This goes directly to our inbox team and we'll get back to you really, really quickly, usually within the same day. However, if you need us at all, we have live support 2 times a day. All you need to do is click to join. It's a 30-minute slot where we jump into a private room and we go over any questions that you have. You can see here that the times for me are 8:30 and 1 o'clock. That's because I'm Pacific time. However, it will have your local time at the top of your dashboard. Again, meet us here Monday through Friday for 30 minutes, 2 times a day. All you do is click to join. I hope this helped. Please let us know if you have any questions.